If you guys follow these 5 tips that I'm about to share with you in this video, these 5 important things that women want you to do but will never tell you, your success and interactions with women will immediately skyrocket. Number 1, and this is what most men are afraid to do, being able to tell a woman no and walking away from a situation or relationship that no longer benefits them. What most men can't do is tell women, no, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not putting up with your mess anymore. No, you're not going to come and show up late anymore. No, I'm not going to reschedule that date that we already planned. See, when you tell women no, it lets them know that, man, this guy is different. He's not a yes man. He respects himself. So even if she stays or goes, you still keep your dignity intact. Too many guys give women their backbone just to get sex. And trust me, I've been there. She's a good-looking girl. She's so attractive. She's your type. And you feel like, man, I've been through so much with this girl. I'm trying to keep her. I've bought her so many things. I've told her so many secrets. We laid up and cuddled together. I got to keep this going. So it's okay if she disrespects me right now. It'll get better over time. Trust me, it only gets worse. And if you try to argue with a woman, you're just going to fall into her frame. So refrain from debating, going at a woman, arguing with your girlfriend, wife, whatever you're doing. Because if you do, what's going to happen is she's going to lose respect for you because she sees you as a woman. You're only supposed to be directing a woman. Let's go here. Let's do this. Either she's on board or she's not. Stop giving women the leeway and the energy to just treat you like any way. Because trust me, you're going to be like every other guy she's been with. Guys, there's been so many times that I dealt with women, and here's the thing, they're going to come with BS by default because they dealt with so many men. 99% of guys were never able to tell her no, especially if she's attractive. So if you want to set yourself apart, and this is what women want you to do, as crazy as it's going to sound, they want you to say no. They want you to walk away from them. They want you to cut them off. Because that separates you from all the guys that's in her phone, believe it or not. And she's gonna say, man, okay, let me follow his program. Let me talk to him. Let me deal with him because he's not like all these other guys. Her brain is gonna get fried. She's gonna be confused and say, oh, okay, let's do it your way. Women that I've dealt with, they try to pull a stunt and they try to say, oh, we're gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. You say, okay, no big deal. Take it easy. What happened is they'll say, okay, hey, I'm sorry, I'm this, I'm that, and you're gonna break her down, and she's gonna follow your program. Women want you to tell them no. Women don't want you to argue with them and debate with them. Women want you to get rid of them because that lets her know that you are of higher value than her. The second thing a woman wants you to do, but will never tell you, is treating them like a normal human being. Now, why is this important? It's important for you and important for her because women want to be with the guy who they view is better than them. So if you see an attractive girl, you try to go talk to her and she looks good and you say, man, I'm going to compliment her. I'm going to tell her how beautiful she looks, how sexy she looks, how gorgeous she looks. What's going to happen is you're going to be devaluing yourself in the process. Even if a woman does look good, you treat her like she's a normal person. If she's a 10 out of 10 and you think she's gorgeous in your eyes, treat her like she's an ugly duckling, like she's a sister of yours. Treat her like she's a 4 out of 10. Because when you do, she's going to be able to let her hair down. She's going to be able to be calm and relaxed and go with the flow because she's like, oh, this guy isn't gawking over me. This guy isn't drooling. He's not just looking at me up and down. Look at women in the eyes and relax. Treat them like normal human beings. And that's what they want. Because think about it, guys. If a woman is somewhat attractive or average or even above average in looks, she's gotten practically every single guy in her life that's just tried to lay the red carpet out. That's tried to call her gorgeous and beautiful and do all these different things just to make her happy. And he thinks that that's going to keep her around. But the only thing that's doing is just keeping him in that more beta weak position. So guys, when you go see women, and they know that you do that. Women are very conscious of how men view them. When you just talk to them, have a normal conversation and stare at her in her eyes and not looking down her boobs and just looking, when you treat them like an average everyday girl, she's going to say, okay, fine. This is the guy I want to hang out with. This is the guy I want to be around because he's not worshiping me. And one thing that turns women off is you worshiping them, you gawking at them and you looking at them like they're some angel. Guys, they eat, they poop, and they go to sleep just like you. Treat them like a normal human being. Number 3, take control of the situation and lead her. Now, a lot of guys might say, well, what if she bucks? What if she doesn't cooperate? Well, you let that woman go and you get rid of her. But most women, because they're feminine, they want to be led by a masculine guy who knows what they're doing. Stop sitting on the phone texting all day and make a date to hook up and hang out and get together sooner rather than later. Because most guys, they're just text buddies. They sit there and they text, and then they don't know how to lead an interaction. Make sure you have a time, date, and place with these women, because that'll let them know, okay, I can just relax, be feminine, and submit to him, especially in the bedroom. Women want to be dominated. Don't let this whole, I got a job, I'm independent, I go to school, I got a degree. Man, listen, every woman who's a straight woman wants to be dominated by a guy who they're attracted to. So if she's not following you, okay, go ahead, let her kick rocks, keep it moving. That means she's just not into you. But the vast majority of women you deal with want a guy who has a plan, who executes the plan, so she could just chill and relax and go with your flow. Number 4, this one is very important. And this is what a good 98% of guys don't want to do. They're afraid to do. Approach and interact and talk to women. Yes, this is what women want you to do. You might say, well, I've approached 5-10 girls and they all rejected me. Well, they probably weren't into you or whatever the case may be. The interaction was probably off. You probably were nervous. But most women, guys, they want you to talk to them. I've talked to attractive women. I just have to say, so how many guys approach you? How many guys, shoot their shot at you? They say barely, if any. She rarely gets approached. These women who look good, who you think are out of your league, guess what? All these other guys think the same thing. They think that, man, she looks too good. She is so attractive. She probably has a boyfriend. She might think I'm ugly, or she might think I'm too dark, too short. My ears might be too big. All these things you're thinking, the vast majority of guys are thinking the same thing. Guys, there's been times that I approach women at the gym, the best looking women in the gym. And then guys are looking at me like, hey, man, how did it go? They hit me up and say, oh, they start giving me dap, and they like, man, good job. And, behind the scenes or the locker room or whatever. That's because they were afraid to approach women. When you interact with women who you find attractive, what's going to happen is she's going to say, man, I'm glad he did this. Finally, somebody had the confidence to come up to me and interact and talk to me. Now, don't talk to women. Don't chase them down and she's walking away and don't do that. You want to interact with women either from the side or face to face. Trust me, guys, you only miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. I'd rather have been rejected than have regret, than going home and thinking, man, that girl looked good. I should have did something. I should have said something, because that hurts even more, because now you're fantasizing about it. You never know what she's going to say. And too many guys just feed themselves these negative thoughts. And they say, man, she's going to reject me. I got rejected by the past 10 women I talked to or tried to approach. What makes this girl any different? What makes her different is it's different time, different place. So you never know if she has a boyfriend. You never know if she's into you. And don't be like every other guy who just looks and looks, because women know that, man, this guy looks at me and these guys are looking. They're not saying anything. Oh, well. Separate yourself. Be that confident guy that makes the move. Don't just sit and wonder and say and start feeding yourself things, because what's going to happen is you're going to think and think. The longer you wait and you look at her, the less likely you're going to actually interact with her and go approach her. What you need to say, and it works for me, you see a girl you find attractive and maybe you guys make eye contact or whatever, or you guys are in the same area, just tell yourself go. Just tell yourself go. Just go do it. And when you do it, what's going to happen? And I notice when I talk to women, the initial approach was probably a little nervous. But then as I talk to her more and more, I start to get less and less anxiety. I start to be less nervous. And women, they warm up to me too. Trust me. So even if things don't go your way, even if you've got rejected 5, 6, 7, 10 times, how many times? Listen, take the step. It's a new day. It's a new woman, and go approach her. They want you to do this. These women are starving for guys to interact with them. Guys, they go out every day. They go out in hopes that one guy who's confident interacts with them and approaches them. Why not it be you? The fifth and final secret women want you to know but will never tell you. They want you to get in the gym. Now, you should get in the gym and work out just for yourself so you can be fit and in shape and make sure you get those gains up. But women find guys who are in shape and care about their health and are working out on a weekly basis, 4 to 5 times a week, more attractive, far more attractive than a guy who has a dad bod or a guy who is skinny and scrawny, doesn't lift or anything. Trust me, they want this. They go crazy over these guys. Why would a woman want a guy who's weak? Because something I noticed, guys who actually work out that are in my social circle, what happens is they have everything else in order in their life. It's not really common that you see a guy who's fit and in shape that's really broke, that doesn't have his own place, because it all usually lines up. And it lets women know that you care about your health. You have high self-esteem when you're in shape. A guy who doesn't work out or go to the gym, what he's basically letting women know is that, he doesn't care about his health, doesn't care about his body. And that lets women know that you're an ambitious guy. Guys who are ambitious usually are in shape, usually run, usually lift weights. Lift weights and make sure you stay in shape. Women will love you for it. I've had women that came up to me and asked me for tips and advice on a certain machine or how to curl or how to lift weights in the gym. So when you are in the gym, you feel, number one, better about yourself. And number two, women will be more attracted to you because they want a guy who's strong, a guy who can protect them, who they can feel protected. See, you guys think that women, they have a job, they have a career, they have law enforcement, so they're all protected. No, they want to be comfortable around a guy. They want to be feminine around a guy. And most guys don't really work out. Most guys aren't really fit. So when you separate yourself from the pack and you lift those weights and eat those Wheaties, she will want you that much more.